Now, you got to test it and see if it works. But for me, it's funny. I kept diversifying more and more and more. The algorithm is supposed to work for you in terms of diversifying. So it's going to continue pushing your stuff out to first connections, but then their networks and then their networks and then their networks. If you keep commenting on and engaging with people that are completely far away from you and not in any way related to what you're trying to do, it's probably not the greatest idea. Now, again, I don't have a freaking clue if this is going to work. I have a suspicion it is because I know that my engagement has consistently been not as good as it used to be. And I know a lot of people have been complaining about that. And so this just reinforces my point, which is continue to build a very strong network, your own network that is filled with good first connections. And here's another point that's going to drive it home. I was talking to Yasmin Alik over the weekend, and I sent him a. Here's another thing for everybody who like spends too much time anywhere. Like he doesn't even go on the internet on weekends. That's something to be said. Okay. He said the only reason he was on, and he sent me a video on Telegram. He's like, dude, here's my studio, like da da da. And that was the only reason he was on the internet. So he was nice enough to get back to me. He sent me a couple of videos, and here's his whole routine, what he told me. Now it's a little bit different for him because he has almost 300,000 followers. Very different. But it's not. His thing just grew, like it just kept growing. What he does these things called spurts. And he does an initial 30-minute spurt, and he just uses his feed. He doesn't even use a list. He just uses his feed. And he said that 80%, look, you're talking about one of the top creators on LinkedIn. If this doesn't bring it home, then I don't know what does, right? He basically said 80% of his comments and interactions on the platform are with mostly first connections.